Hi guys, Ilse and Eileen from the Stoned Daisies, and we're here with Gareth and Jade from Riddlebreak.
And a special shout out to the band members that can't be here: Julian, Laura, Gordon, and Rishon.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
We appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to join us. We know you had to travel as far as I did,
No.
all the way from Boksburg,
It's all good.
the Far East.
The wild east.
Is that
Thank
where you
you.
work?
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an export controller. I do labels and book international. It's not fun, but it's a living.
It pays the bills.
Yeah, no, you get to use my brain.
Keep yourself
once.
busy.
Yeah, exactly. I used to work in a warehouse doing picking and packing, and that sucked. So it was a lot more entertaining.
And a lot more comfortable.
Yes, but I don't like that. I don't like sitting all day. So
Oh, neither do I. I always want to be busy with something. How long have you guys been in a band?
Ooh, that is a great question, Jade.
That is 10 years this year.
10 years.
Wow!
10 years,
well
yeah.
done. Happy 10-year anniversary.
Thank you. Where's my cake?
Happy birthday.
Oh, this cake.
Is there something we need to do? Do you guys eat each other's cakes?
Sometimes. When the mood is right.
Depends.
You know, as long as there's candles, we can do it.
How many
On the
candles?
cake.
10.
One for every year.
Yeah,
No,
10.
10.
10 is
And then
good.
one for every band member. So
So
50.
it's 5. 6. 5.
50.
6.
60.
16
candles. That's a lot of candles.
Wow,
on
we're
cake.
bad at math.
16 candles. Isn't it like a movie?
We are bad at math. That's all we got now.
That's why we make music. Can't count.
Yeah.
It's not a good sign.
If you didn't make music, what would you do? If you weren't in a band, what would you do?
Cry.
Am I allowed to be?
It would make me sad.
Am I allowed to be smarter than I am?
You are allowed to be whatever you want. Whatever you
Astronaut.
want.
An astronaut.
Hell yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
You like being high
I like
in the
space.
sky.
I like space.
Universe, planets, and
Yeah. Something about big balls.
just do it. And I'm
Just do
thinking
it
of
for
that
me.
guy that shot himself into the air. What does that do? And then they got all the memes.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So immediately my brain
Yes.
went to
Space and
that.
his shiny new space penis.
Yes,
I've seen
that
that.
Yes.
When you said ball, I mean
It's got
like
an
penis. Like,
impressive shaft.
No, it really does.
If you weren't in a band, where would you see yourself?
I had this idea long ago that I wanted to be a war correspondent for journalism and stuff, but probably shit myself if I did that now. So, but that's what I would be doing if I wasn't in the band.
Nice.
My mom wanted to be a figure skater.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
My dad was a figure skater.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, yeah.
Well, it changed. It changed on a daily basis depending on what mood I had. Just never wanted to work, so I didn't want to do something extravagant.
Something like that.
I never,
Give you that.
yeah, the thing is, my dream was never to work a 9 to 5.
I like that dream.
Yes. So I don't care what I do as long as I just don't work a 9 to 5. How did you guys come up with your band name?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We had some members have come and gone along the years, and it was our first drummer, Tony, that came up with the name.
Oh, okay.
They came up with the name. There's lots of meaning behind it, but each member has their own different explanation for that meaning. For myself personally, you'll notice across all our albums or merch or whatever, there's always some imagery of a rabbit. And the reason was, so now we got the rabbit skull. It doesn't look like a rabbit skull. It looks way too cruel to be a fluffy little rabbit. But for me, it was because I really, really, really love the movie Donnie Darko.
Okay.
And Frank the rabbit was kind of like the doomsayer in that movie. yeah, it's a twisted, mind-bending movie, and that's what
I'll
really-
have to watch it
I
because I
also
also
have to
haven't
watch
seen
it.
it.
Yeah, and then, you know, Riddle, and yeah, I don't know.
So you like the
Yeah, I don't
Riddlebreak.
know. It just kind of. One day that was our name. Yeah.
One day you were like,
Yeah, and it
"My
sounded
name is
cool.
Riddlebreak."
You know what? The
It
reason we
does.
have it is because it sounds cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's got
Yeah.
a strong ring to it. It's a very
Yeah, it's impossible to tell people
The first, like, once.
when you're drunk.
Yes,
Yeah.
what brand are you? Riddlebreak.
So, did you say little cake?
Riddlebreak.
Brittle rake? Yeah, so
it's Riddlebreak.
there have been a lot of moments where we're like, are we sure? You know? But at the same time, we're like, we're in way too deep to change it now. Sometimes we cringe at our own name. We're like, oh god,
No, you
what have we
shouldn't.
done? But it's too late now, so we're just gonna own it.
What is your favorite metal song now?
Like, of all time.
All-time metal favorite song
You know you can't-
recently.
Oh, recently.
Like
Recently, okay.
now,
okay.
what
That narrows it down to
day?
about 10,000.
Like 10,000.
There's always one song that you won't skip.
Sure.
That's so much. Your
Man,
That is true.
I know that it is Spirit Box, but I can't think of the name of the song.
Oh, I think I even know
Isn't
which
it the one with Make Them Suffer?
Hey?
Rule by
Rule,
Nines.
Rule of Nine.
Rule of Nines, that's
Rule of
it.
Nines.
That's it. Rule of Nines is a good song, but yeah, like,
The first song that made me like became like Spirit Box fangirl was
Yeah.
Holy Roller.
Holy
But-
Roller is
but the-
great. I love
think
Holy Roller.
I think it was the one where what's the guy's name?
Ryo Kinoshita.
Ryo Kinoshita. Features.
Yes, yes,
He's it sounds like a toilet bowl in fucking flushing, and you're like, oh.
yes.
Yes, that is what I want every day.
Favorite sound.
And you?
Just trying to think. Brand of Sacrifice Eclipse. So this is this. I think is it this side? I don't actually tell which
It's,
side.
it's this side, yes.
So
that
this
side.
tattoo here is called the Brand of Sacrifice, and it's
Okay.
from a manga that I
Berserk.
I'm super. Yes, from Berserk. It's a manga that I'm super gay for, and
It's okay.
the song itself is actually like part of a very big point in the manga, and it's just has such a brutal breakdown. It gives you goosebumps every time I hear it. So I cannot skip that song, and yeah, I think even my colleagues are sick of hearing it because I blast it every morning.
I will have to go and listen to that. Mine's Arch Enemy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. I discovered the song You Will Know My Name, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it like really,
Yeah,
so
that's a
I
good
got
song.
a girl crush as well now, so. Two
Nice.
actually. That's before you actually went so,
Deep.
yes.
Like deep into metal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a journey.
Yeah, it's very.
A
But
never-ending journey.
Exactly.
I started at Bring Me the Horizon, Medicine, True. What's that song? True Friends Stab You in the Front.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went to
It escalated.
asking Alexandria, and then it went to Die Hard Is Murder, and then Black Dahlia, and I started listening to Korn, and I started listening to
Attila.
Attila. Yeah, Attila Pizza was also.
Pizza's a good song.
And you
Pizza's a
guys
great song.
opened for Attila.
Yes.
Yes.
And I saw them
Yes.
twice for the same reason. I love that band so much. And I made a complete fool of myself when we got to meet them because their slogan for their songs was "Suck My Fuck." And a
Yes.
friend made a belt for me that said "Suck My Fuck," and I got really drunk and I went up to Franz, who was just chilling, minding his own business. I'm like, "Dude, please, I'll leave you alone. I promise. Just please look at this." And I basically showed him my ass, try and show him the belt, and he didn't look that impressed. Well, I did it, and I will forever have that story. So,
You'll be like, I'm the guy that showed you.
Oh, he's not gonna forget
so I'm
that.
wondering when
Whatever
my
he
friends
saw.
didn't get to play with it till again, but it's gonna be like, "Bro, do you remember this ass?" And like, I'm sorry.
I'm okay. Sorry, that
No,
was
my bad. I'm sorry.
So funny.
I didn't expect.
That whole experience was pretty
Escalated.
awkward from beginning to end.
Why? Please tell us.
I gave Franz a flash drive with all my band's music on it.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
hey man, I just want to like try and push us out there. And the first thing he says to me is like, there better be porn on here. I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, no, it's just me.
Just
then-
me, that sounds so much.
Yeah, it never goes well when you meet a celebrity.
No. I met Spencer Sotelo and he also like I kind of overwhelmed him. He was like, calm down, dude.
My favorite memory of Spencer Sotelo is when he was like, does anyone have a cigarette? I saw Jade run from one side of the festival all the way through the crowd, and he tried to throw a cigarette, but I don't know, he ended up throwing his whole box.
I threw the box, but they all
It was
came
like,
out.
it's like,
Strapped all over the
and it was just
Shy.
raining cigarettes, and I was like, easy boy.
Is that your man crush?
He was my hero. I love Periphery so much. When
Yeah,
I met
me
him, the
too.
fact that he was like my height also just made it so much better. But yeah, no, I kind of freaked him out a little bit as well. I fangirled really hard.
It's
When
okay.
we opened for Attila, my guitar broke
Oh
in
yeah.
the first song, and that was just,
Yeah.
man, that was painful. That was
Oh,
painful.
and
Got
it's
it
not
fixed.
like you have a fucking extra backup.
Exactly. It's
No,
not like
no,
we
no.
are each other that have like racks of guitars behind you.
Yeah. But luckily we got it fixed and could carry on the set. Had to drop a song or two. But oh man, that was such a like. I had this one moment. But still so much fun.
But I hear you guys have a lot of fun, so please tell us what happened in Botswana.
Many things.
Ah, well,
Craziest thing that happened on
craziest
tour. But we mean Botswana because we heard a few.
Woman biting Gordon's beard.
Yeah.
I put my foot up on the monitor at one point to do a scream, and the audience like tied my shoes for me. That was always really.
I know.
I took my shirt off at one point and chucked it into the crowd. Didn't want to see the shirt anymore anyway, but I just saw it get like torn. And everyone got a piece of the shirt, which was also quite funny.
Some lady ran up to me and licked my face.
Oh,
Yeah, it was very awkward.
At
least it wasn't
how
COVID.
did you react? It's like, what did you do?
I just had a stupid grin on my face because
nothing
what
else
else
you
do you
can do,
do?
Yeah.
If I lick it, it's mine. She probably thinks that works.
Botswana is really interesting because it's such an unassuming country, but the support for metal there is huge.
Hardcore
And
metal fans.
the town we played in, the sheriff is in a metal band.
Yes.
The mayor's son is also in the band.
Wow.
And we just from like talking to people, we realized that like whenever these metal functions happen, they pour it back into the community. So it goes towards building schools and new hospices. So even if you don't like the music, you see the impact of it on the community around you.
Yeah,
So it was insane.
Oh,
People
wow.
so
Insane.
supported. A lot of people say Brazilian and Japan are very big in metal, and if you want to go, you need
And
to.
punk, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Conrad
Conrad
mentioned
mentioned
something
the
like
same,
that
yeah.
also. No, it's very interesting to
Yeah.
see, but if it's so difficult to find people in South Africa that actually listen to metal, because
Yeah.
there's I think this Afrikaans called Karen bunnies. Like when you see that haircut and they walk into something, then you know, oh fuck.
You know it's about to go down.
Shit's
Let me
about
just
to
go
get
call the
real.
manager. It's not my
Yeah,
grandma.
the I don't know, the support for metal in South Africa is very small.
Yeah.
It's very small, and I think that's why the community is so closely knit.
Yeah.
Everyone's in each other's business.
Yeah.
It's like Seven the Lawn.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows each other at like a show. If you see it, it's like, you.
Yeah.
You just see everyone.
That is
you
the nice thing
usually
with it being
see.
so small. You can at least like know everyone around you. which is
Yeah.
I
It
don't
is
think
nice.
there's a lot of metal listeners in South Africa. I don't think everybody's aware of
Yeah,
the
that's true.
talent that is
Oh,
in South
no,
Africa.
for sure.
That is very true. A lot of times
Yes.
I go to gigs and like you'll see new faces, and a lot of times you'll actually hear like people saying, "I didn't even know that metal gigs
That
were
this
a thing."
happened.
Yeah, yes.
Exactly.
That this happened. I remember when Kyle, hi Kyle,
Hello. Hello.
when he moved to Pretoria, he told me like he didn't even know that bands played live. You know?
Exactly. I don't think.
So yeah, I think you're right. Like maybe a lot of people don't know, and possibly a lot of people listen to it in their bedrooms and just don't know that there's a show to go to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I feel like a lot of people are shy, especially when you. I know, since grade 8 till 12, I make people that just listen to like trance music and EMD and house music and go to Chanda Monkey and everything. But you don't hear them like say, "Oh, let's go to Human Nebula or Riddlebreak." It's weird. It's very weird. Not. And then you get people that grow up with it, and you're like, "Wow."
Yeah.
So cool. You have awesome parents.
Yeah, I'm always jealous of people that have musical parents.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad is the kind of man. We would drive from Zimbabwe, Harare, the capital, to Joburg to do our groceries, you know, and then back, because at the time when I was growing up, there was kind of like not really a lot of options.
No.
But he was the kind of guy that would make that whole drive there and back over a weekend and just nothing on the radio.
My grandparents
Pure
were the
silence.
same.
And you just kind of sit there and you're like,
I hate silence.
cool. How
And then-
far? Another 14 hours?
We at least had ABBA.
Cool. Not a
We-
problem.
You ever?
The whole way from Joburg to Durban to Joburg, ABBA. And Simon and
that's
Garfunkel, which was
nice.
cool, but the ABBA got a bit
Mamma
much.
mia.
To this day, I still
All
get
the way
it.
from Joburg to Durban.
Yes.
Does ABBA have 5 hours worth of music?
No, that's the problem. It's the
It's
same
on
So
repeat.
And then when
That's
that
it,
goes
really.
down, yes, then we just swap over to Simon and Garfunkel and start the whole process.
I
Percy
love
Sledge.
Mamma Mia. I love Mamma
No,
Mia.
Mamma
haven't
Mia
seen
gives me
it.
PTSD.
I haven't seen it.
What the? Hey baby, ons kyk vanaand Mamma Mia. Som Gary. Ons doen net vanaand. I'm sick. No. But it's a very I like
Traumatizing movie.
You don't. No, it's not.
Just for some people.
You guys have a violinist in your
Yeah,
band.
yes,
that's right.
What made you make that decision? Because not a lot of metal bands do that.
Julian wrote
It's
a song
good
with...
sound. It is amazing. Let me just put it out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, Julian wrote the song in Guitar Pro, and he just put in a violin. It's like, yeah, this sounds cool. And at the time, we knew a violin player before we knew Laura, who was our first violinist. His name was Dave. And so we just kind of got him in on the song, and then from there, Julian just kept writing songs with the idea of getting the violin in more and more.
Yeah, it wasn't actually like a thing we premeditated at all. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, just
And it
kind of
just
fell into
works.
place, Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
It really
cool.
does.
Yeah, and now the more we write, the more we include her. Whereas before, when we started out, she would just hop on for a song here and there, and people like really supported the idea. Maybe because it's very different in the South African metal scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we decided like, hey, you know, just stay.
I've seen you guys live before,
Me
and it's
too.
very, especially when Jay goes on, and it's like everyone just turns into another person. You like what? It's just an eye opener.
No, I've accepted. I've
People-
become an asshole on stage, but people seem to like that. People
You-
feed off.
What do you mean
asshole.
become?
Yo, you
Can I just say, I'm
You
going to
are.
say this again.
More of an asshole.
Can I just say, I think if anybody walks past you in the street, they would not think you're an asshole. And they would not think that you're in a metal band.
No, but that's why I like it. Though. It's like
But
the
does your
superheroes,
does your
like the-
colleagues know? Do they?
Yes. My during the big lockdown, one of my colleagues actually showed me he had his like family around for a Brian, and they're on his massive screen in his lounge in front of all the women and children and his grandmother was Riddlebreak on the screen. So funny. And then recently I did a cover of a really brutal metal song, and my coworker thought it would be very funny if you posted that in our work group. So the entire company, including our Cape Town branch, now is terrified of me.
I wonder why. No, I can't believe that for a second.
Is there any new material? Yes, there is new material. The EP that's been released.
2021.
In 2021.
There's 4 songs on Spotify already.
Yes.
Is it 4?
Was that this year?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
It's August.
Wow.
Even I was like, holy shit, that was this year.
Yes.
God.
Eighth Of this year. Yeah.
Spring is in a month.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yay.
I fell behind.
I love
I lost
spring.
a lot of time.
Yeah, same.
What is your own favorite song?
Of your
own music.
Of our own.
Yes.
What's your favorite song?
I think mine is Crossing Asheron. It's one of our new songs. It's not recorded and released yet, but we've started playing it live.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like Eyes of the World Ender because, like, personally for me, that's a very personal song, like from lyric wise. But
Yes.
favorite song to perform is Rogue. Is it Rogue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rogue is...
Yes,
Hella cool.
Rogue is one of my favorite songs to actually perform. There's just so much going on. There's so many different pieces, and I get to go ape shit whenever we do it live. So it's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. I still just want to feel the adrenaline to be on stage, but I would never. I can't. I'm too shy.
I started when our first show. I like
is-
looked down the whole time, and just yelled into a microphone. It comes with time. That's kind of why I adopted the whole separate persona for on stage. It's the only way I can really deal because I'm not a people person.
I'm also not a people person, but I like talking to people. It's weird. I like talking to people, but when they're not close to me, okay, we're done talking. I'm going home now. Not in social settings.
That's hard
there's
starting
only a trusted few that I sit with in social.
Do you know what's so weird? When we do the podcast and everything, when I talk to Kyle and we watch the episode after he edited and everything, I'm like, I forgot I asked this stuff. It's like, it just flashes and I'm just talking, and sometimes I don't realize I'm like talking and then I get nervous. Am I talking too much? Yeah.
That's what it's like on stage as well.
Yeah.
Like you amp yourself up the whole week, maybe throw in a couple practice sessions, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this and this and this. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna slide on my knees tonight, or whatever, and then you blink and it's over.
Yeah,
and
you
you're like,
try to
wow,
remember
that-
everything,
I
and
remember.
you try and
Yeah, try to like recollect what happened.
and then you're like, did I do that?
But I think it's because you're having fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because it's fun, so you're in the moment, so you literally you just go with it for that feeling and then that rush. And
Yeah, and I think you anticipate all these things that could go wrong and all the things you want to do right, that the actual act of doing it by comparison to your worry, it's so little, you know, it's so quick and short, and you realize, there was no need to be so nervous.
you guys make it look so easy because you do not look nervous at all. At all.
Beer helps.
Okay, so the first time experiencing metal, what did you think?
like what?
How did you come across?
Were you like, what's this? Why are they screaming? Or
I think I may have spoken about this at our Hireth interview, but I was like really little, and I remember it was either Led Zeppelin or Guns N' Roses on TV, but I was like 4 or 5, and it just made me want to jump around. And my friend and I were like jumping all over the couches to this like music video blasting on TV, and I landed on my mom's lounge table and broke that table. Yeah, like proper WWE. Didn't I?
No, I can't remember
Yeah.
that.
So, but it's not like I remember it like, oh, that's how metal made me feel. I just have that memory of that there was guitars, really aggressive vocals and drums on the TV, and how I reacted to it before I even had a personality.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But it was pretty much, I always loved punk as a kid,
yes.
and growing up in Zimbabwe, there was like there's no window to the outside world. Well, there is now, fucking internet.
Yeah.
But I remember saying to my bandmates at the time, I was like, yeah, I did this, but can't we make it like heavier, But I didn't even know what that meant, because I had no metal upbringing or education whatsoever. I just knew I wanted that feeling. Yeah.
Cool.
I was just heavy into rock music as a kid. Not like I actually had any. It's just whenever it would come on the TV, I would like I like this, whatever this is. And then I think grade 8 came around and we went on our first grade 8 school camp, and I was listening to some rock music on my iPad, and the kid in the bunk underneath me was listening to something when I could hear it through his earphones, and it sounded like better than what I was listening to at the time. So I went down and asked him what he was listening to, and he made me listen to System of a Down, and I was instantly like, I like this noise. And then jumped forward a few years later, I heard my first Devil Driver song, and I instantly said, I want to make that sound when I heard like actual screaming vocals, but I was convinced for some reason that only old people could scream, because all the bands I'd seen up to that point were old people. So for like the longest time, I thought I had to like wait until I was about like 40 before I could start like learning. Because I thought it just came with age, because all these old people were screaming, and I thought it was just something you naturally got into.
Didn't Gareth teach you?
No.
How did you guys? How
did you realize that you can scream?
When
How does that come to?
when we hired Jade, he could pig squeal. Well, that's what he told me, right?
Yes. He said my first ever metal gig I went to is where I met Gareth, and then he's basically said, like, I like your style, can you scream? Because I was like headbanging with him, and he said, no, I can pig squeal. He was like, good enough.
Yeah. Good enough. You're in.
It's so amazing.
You're in. Before we were friends or anything,
No.
he was the only guy at that show that was headbanging with me. Everyone else was like kind of sitting down, you know?
Yes.
So afterwards, I was like, what a cool guy.
Who knew that metal show will turn into a band?
Well, that was my first ever metal show.
I'm
I think like a
telling
week
you-
later I was going to be
First
in
metal
it.
show, first band,
But just
first time screaming.
No.
just connecting the dots, like seeing how far you guys have come from that one metal show, 10 years later.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy and
It's
insane.
crazy.
What song do you wanna unhear?
The one song that you want to unhear and never hear again.
Wait, one of our own songs?
No,
Because,
any
well,
song.
there's actually a few.
Any song.
'Cause
But you know that
we
one
play
song
them so
that you
much.
actually know the words but you don't like the song because you hate that song so much and it never grows on you. It's just a...
Yeah, the Moonwalk Away by Goldfish. Every time I hear that stupid voice sample, I want to hurl. But other than that, yeah, that's me.
Mine's, I don't know if you know, Fine. It's gonna be a fine.
Yes. Na, 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 nee.
I fucking hate that song. I hate that song. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Just the same
I just don't.
sentence again and again and again.
Yeah.
People
Mine-
opening windows.
Yeah, mine's that Omi, that do... What's that do?
What?
Cheerleader.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that song.
Oh my word, I agree.
I hate that song.
I agree.
I fucking hate that song.
I agree.
I forgot about that song.
I went home and to like visit family, and some friends that I grew up with in high school were like there, and one of them, George, he was like, yeah man, I meet this girl, I'm planning, I'm gonna like take her by the hand, and it all sounded like his plan was going really well, and then I'm gonna ask the DJ to put on my favorite song, the cheerleader song. And she arrived at her house, and he did exactly that, and I was just like, oh my god, he's slow dancing to the cheerleader song. Yeah, and I just hate that. I think it's like derogatory, and it's just all kinds of bad.
It's a horrible
It's a
song.
horrible song.
All around. Everything that can go wrong with the song went wrong with that song. I
Yeah.
hate that song.
And you know what? He probably would hate my music. Would
Okay.
probably thoroughly hate it. So
We don't really
it's
give
fair,
a fuck.
It's fair game.
You can skip us, we'll skip you.
Yeah.
Who inspired you to be a part of the music industry today?
Who was your biggest inspiration?
Going back to my story about being able to scream for old people, first time I saw Ollie Sykes from Bring the Horizon was when I was like, he's not that much older than I can do this. So I suppose it's his fault that I really got into it. Because it was about a few weeks after that I went to the first show and met Gareth anyway. Because that's when I started like 3 a.m. in my room just standing around going, waiting to see if I could get the
And when you started screaming like that, what did your parents say?
My parents are surprisingly chilled as far as anything is concerned. No, they're really not bothered.
My parents are not chill.
Yeah.
Well, they're like going, no, just stop.
Yeah, they've never been to a show. They don't want to know about it.
Oh, show.
No, they support it. They're
Yeah.
like, good for you.
But we
Don't play that shit in my house.
Yeah, my grandparents are also like very supportive. But
Yeah, from a distance.
Yeah, I got your back from right over here.
Yeah. Mine was, well, to get into like gigging here in South Africa, mine was Gordon, our drummer.
Oh,
Yeah, because there used to be a place. Oh, what's that venue's name?
Which one?
They had like 3 stages, and they would have like 3 bands playing back to back.
Was Tempo?
Tempos.
Yeah.
Tempos.
I was waiting
Okay.
for him to be going.
He dragged me to Tempos, and Facing the Gallows was playing,
Oh,
and he pushed me into my first mosh pit. And since that moment, I was like, this is what I want to do. This is the kind of music I want to make, because it made again
That's
that
what you
feeling,
were-
that feeling I was
yes,
talking about.
what
yeah.
you were looking for the whole time.
And Gun Down Goliath, the Hammer of Thor, a whole bunch of like metalcore bands from back in the day, from the local. It was the local bands that got me into it.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
what's your guys' worst show experience?
Oh, we only had to pick one.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Your top 3.
Oh no, there's even more. I've
I
injured
can 3
myself.
for you, 3 for you. We see if like.
I've injured myself a few times. I don't know if that counts as bad though. That just makes it more brutal when you're like bleeding. Wow.
Do you remember at the German club?
Yes, that's what I was referring to. I ate shit. 'Cause, I jumped to like come into the break of a song, and my foot just kind of. It's on those you know, like those school stages with like polished marble.
Yeah, or like concrete.
Yes.
Or some.
Yeah, it's like cement, but it's shiny. You can see someone
Yeah.
like mopping at it with one of those.
Yeah,
He
polishes.
As he landed,
My foot kind of gave way, and my hand with the mic just went.
I know.
yeah, got it pretty much seesawed into the floor.
Yeah.
It was like.
And then I got up to scream, and I could just feel my lip was just split, and it just blood everywhere.
Oh,
Still played the whole show. That was the first song in as well, so I didn't have much of a choice.
oh, show.
Yeah, I don't think we've had a bad show.
No.
Maybe shows where we're like, okay, we could have played better.
Yeah.
Okay, let's rephrase. Weird experiences. I don't know if that narrows it down.
We've had a lot of injuries on stage.
Yeah.
But no real.
No real bad. Like early days, we like bribed someone once like a 50 cents pool game just to watch us.
Oh yeah, we would do that. We'd also sometimes buy like a bottle of Jägermeister.
Yeah, just to,
You know.
just to get people to actually come watch. In the
You
theaters.
know,
It was-
come get a shot.
Ah.
Yeah,
feed the masses.
feed the masses. But yeah. Other than that, no.
No.
From
We've-
feeding the masses to opening for Attila to.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, this was before Jay joined the band. With our old vocalist and drummer, I got a call, and this guy was like, "Yo, man, I need a band." And I was like, "Okay, sick." When we got there, it was a whiskey tasting in Santon Towers. Yeah, but it wasn't a bad gig for us. You know,
It's just a bad
Yeah.
time
it
for
was just
everyone else there.
yeah.
And this
Yeah.
guy didn't realize that
And
you
the
guys
guy-
were a metal band.
Oh yeah,
He
wait.
didn't ask.
We did once. We got asked to play a gig, and we showed up, and it was a restaurant. There were like families and stuff eating their food. And like we still asked about time slot if we should be going last, and he's like, "No, I wanted to mix things up." So we went on like second. Remember that? And we
wanna
played like
mix
in a
things
restaurant,
up.
and there were like people like not even that far away eating their food. We were just sitting there yelling at this poor human being trying to eat their pizza. I remember that.
I think the PTSD has like wiped it from our
I don't
memory.
know.
I know. Wow.
But we've never been like booed or for
No.
or anything
Or
like
heckled or
that.
anything.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
a drunk good person try and crawl
I
on
think
stage
they're
once, and I
just
yeeted him off.
scared.
there.
You got
Like
what?
boo or
I had
something.
this really drunk piece of shit get on stage and try and grab the mic from me. I just kind of like
He's my
shoved him
mic.
off. Yeah, but other than that, nothing really has
Yeah,
ever happened.
yeah. We're lucky.
I want to say thank you.
No, thank you.
We really appreciate you guys being here
Yeah.
again, and you coming through and just being part of our journey of
Yes.
creating this. So we really appreciate it.
no,
Thank you so
thank you.
much.
Thank you very much
Thank you
for
for
having
having
us.
us, yeah.
Love the show and
Yes,
yeah.
this has been fun. Out of like the many interviews that we've done, this is actually like fun. A lot of the times it's like the same generic questions and it's boring.
Exactly, we want to show the people metal people are also fun.
Yeah.
We're not devil worshippers. All of us.
Some of us, yeah.
And we do it so that we can get to know everyone, because it's not fun going to a metal show and feeling all awkward and be like, oh.
We want to show the people
Yeah.
there's a metal scene in South Africa.
Yeah, especially for the people that don't go to like.
Yeah,
No.
they
And,
don't
and
know.
are too afraid to go alone because their friends or something don't want to go.
Yeah.
So this is a good like doorway kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
The work you guys are doing is amazing.
Thank
We love the show. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you
We
so
really enjoyed
much.
it. Thank you.
We'll have you again, don't worry about it. And then you must please
Better.
sign our table.
Yeah.
Let me- so you can choose a spot.
I want my own spot because I'm a diva like that. Can I write name and song?
I'm gonna write my name
Do
over your
whatever
name.
you want.
Good sound.
That is a pretty signature.
Yeah, mine looks
You
like a
must
squash
also-
fly.
Mine, you know what, I've never had, I just go like, sometimes it's just a little line like.
My initials just worked out perfectly that I can draw a pentagram for my signature. That's why I do it like that. Except every time I get like a fan who wants me to sign a CD or something, I have to like concentrate, get the star right this time. We're gonna fuck with it.
That's why my
Don't summon the demons.
Squash fly.
Thank you so much.